Good day, folks. Jonathan Milam here. I hope you're having a good day. As always, with a multiple variety of nice horns, I'm having a great day. I've got a Bach Stradivarius 37 here from the early 2000s, and I have got a CarolBrass Andrea Giuffredi model. The fight is on. I think the Strad is probably the horn against which most horns are judged, and it's always nice to have a Strad on hand so that we can make the comparison. Just curious how these horns will come out, and a lot of times after I make the video, I'm chatting with people and say, I was surprised that I noticed such and such. Okay, going to start off with a legit mouthpiece. This is a Reeves 42B. Patterned, Bob said, after a 7B. Pretty deep cup, maybe a modified C cup you'd call it, kind of between a C and a B. I think it's got a 24 drill size, so a pretty good sized mouth, very much legit. Going to try the song, My Favorite Things. We'll play it first on the Giafredi, and then we will go to the Bach Stradivarius 37. And we'll try that same song. Again, this is with a Bach Stradivarius, the Reeves 42B. I actually did another video just a few minutes ago just with the Strad with 5 mouthpieces. Was really disappointed the way that turned out. Just thought it was very sloppy playing. But gonna stick with, for a very deep mouthpiece, the Reeves C2J. Great piece. Should be a very big, dark, as Adam Rappel once said, creamy sound. And we'll try that same thing, My Favorite Things. And this is with the Andrea Giafredi by CarolBrass. Big bell on this horn. Very big bell, very thin brass. And one thing I really like, sterling silver lead pipe. And honestly, it is the best intonation I have ever found on a horn. Very, very impressive. Your D and E in the upper part of the staff, finger them any way you want. You can lip them into shape just with the open and one. Very nice horn. fun mouthpiece, really tremendous, to my way of thinking. The Giafredi as a soloist horn at least. Very, very fun to play. Okay, going to use that same deep trumpet flugel mouthpiece, the Reeves C2J, with a Bach Stradivarius 37. The Stradivarius 37 model is considered a do-it-all horn. The bell is what you would call average. The metal thickness, it's a light brass bell in most instances, kind of an average piece. The flare, it's 4 and, what is that, 13/16, so right around 4 3/4, very average. Just an average horn. Most people find the 25 lead pipe, which is a standard, to be an average blow. A few people, if they're very powerful in their air presentation, find it a little stuffy. Bach does make other ones. But it is a good do-it-all horn. In American bands across the United States, you probably find more Stradivarius 180 37s, as they call it, than you would find anything else. It's just capable of doing anything. You can play lead with it. Might not be the most enjoyable horn to do a 4-hour gig if you're, well above the staff, but it's doable. It is a do-it-all horn. The Giafredi, on the other hand, does have the bigger bell, little larger flare right through here, definitely larger, little lighter weight metal. And with your sterling silver lead pipe, I think that kind of averages out the big bell, gives it a little more zip in the sound. Very, very nice horn. Okay, going to go the completely different route now. We're going to use a lead mouthpiece. This is a GR63Z. To my way of thinking, I believe it is perhaps the most usable lead mouthpiece that I've ever had, and I'm certainly not a lead player. Just very rarely practice above the staff because it's not essential. If I'm going into churches, you play high, you get complaints from people. So, you just want to have good tone, to my way of thinking, if you're doing solos in church. This is quite a shallow mouthpiece, very nice double cup. And I don't know how GR does it. They do a wonderful job with their mouthpieces. I have never touched the bottom on this thing, never bottomed out at all. And I do have that tendency on some pieces. But we're going to go to the Giafredi. I'm going to switch to a gospel chorus with a little bit of bounce to it, and we'll play I Remember When My Burdens Rolled Away, at least the verse, zip around on a lead commercial type mouthpiece. Okay, that's the Giafredi with a lead commercial type mouthpiece. And we will try the Stradivarius 37 with the same thing, GR63Z. Two really nice horns here. The CarolBrass Andrea Giuffredi and the Bach Stradivarius. Now what's interesting to note, this trumpet basically all brass with, of course, silver plate. I did miss something when I was describing the Giafredi earlier. They have got, I believe this is a complete copper for the valve casings. So you've got yellow brass through most of the horn, sterling silver lead pipe, and then you've got copper for the valve casings. Very interesting. I did a P. Moriot trumpet a few videos back, if you look back in the files, and that horn had a titanium copper bell and lead pipe. And just very, very interesting when these horn makers get into the different metals that they use. CarolBrass really did a wonderful job. Andrea Giuffredi worked with him to get just what he wanted. But, and again, in one video on YouTube, Andrea Giuffredi, he's talking about the way he worked with CarolBrass to get the intonation just how he wanted it. And in one place, it looked to me like he started to share some details. He said, we started, in its subtitle, he said, well, we worked with CarolBrass just to get the intonation just right. Not sure how they did it, but they did a fantastic job. I doubt that has to do with the metals involved here, but this all does play together to make a very enjoyable horn. The one thing I found with my mic, I don't think the Giafredi quite shines the way that it should. And I've thought about getting a different mic just for grins and giggles. I've got a couple of different ones, but very fine horn. In fact, both of these, the Strad 37 and the Giafredi, both just great horns. Folks, we love the comments. You've got experience with these horns. Please feel free. Questions, thoughts, I do try and get on at least a couple of times a week to address comments. Love the thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe. But above all, have a great day and take care of yourself and someone near you.